สวัสดีครับ
Already.
Mabuhay. Hola, how are you? It's admin code of KP1 Worldwide, and thank you indeed for watching and joining our live talk program this weekend because today is Saturday, and I wish you have a very good weekend. And I'm so honored indeed. Today I got a very sassy and sociable Filipina queens, okay, to visit my program, and she very lovely indeed, and she's so special. But I will let you experience by yourself how special she is, okay. And my guest for this evening is Megan Digal, Miss Universe Philippines 2021 candidate from Bukidnon. Okay. Hi, Megan. How are you? Would you mind to say hi to the worldwide fans and definitely to introduce yourself and your bio to all the fans, please.
สวัสดีค่ะทุกคน สวัสดีค่ะคุณโค Thank you so much for inviting me to take part in your live series. And also hello to all the fans of CP1 worldwide, to my friends in Phuket, Thailand, and in Bukidnon, Philippines. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Megan Julia Roa Digal. I am 25 years old. I am competing in Miss Universe Philippines representing the province of Bukidnon. So prior to joining Miss Universe Philippines, I have been working as a marketing and communications coordinator at a hotel in Phuket, Thailand, where I lived for 3 years. And after 3 years, I am now back here in the Philippines. I'm now quarantining. This is my fourth day. I'm at a quarantine hotel. So if you spot some slight problems with my connections, I would like my internet connection. I would like to say sorry, sorry ahead because yeah, I'm in a quarantine facility and my resources are quite limited. But I'm still happy to be here and I'm so excited to have a talk with all of you and to share my Miss Universe Philippines journey.
Mm. Okay, just this is just like a teaser. Okay, I can tell you that our interview this evening is going to be the delight one. I'm sure because she worked in a hotel and she must experience a lot of people, so she must be very articulate. Okay, and very knowledgeable. Indeed. And also, Megan, I would love to know, is this time your first joining in the pageantry?
I've joined a few local pageants in the Philippines before. This is the first time that I will join a national pageant that involves other parts of the Philippines as well. So this is a very special time for me.
Right. So, why it take you so long until start joining national pageant at 25 years old?
Because I didn't think I was ready before and I had other things to do, like go to school. And after I graduated from university, I immediately went to work. And in 2018, that's when I left for Phuket and lived there for 3 years. And then one,
Mm,
mhm.
right. Okay. So, so for this time, who actually convinced you to try your hands on national pageantry?
That's a great question. It's my friend Vincent. Hello. I know he is watching right now. He is like my friend from high school. We went to the same high school in Bukidnon. And then I think just one day, a few months ago, I just posted a throwback photo of me when I was around 18 years old doing a pageant in Miss Kauswagan. That's in the here in the Philippines. And then he asked me, "Don't you want to join Miss Universe Philippines?" And then I thought at first, I think that's very ambitious, first of all. And then second, I was currently in Phuket at that time and I was still working. And during the pandemic, I knew that it was going to be hard to move and to go back home. It would be very risky. It would involve a lot of struggles and challenges. But I don't know, despite all that, I thought it was going to be impossible, but here I am now. I made it here. So I would like to thank Vincent for believing in me.
Mm, okay, I think probably this guy. Hello, Winston. Candido. How are you? Is this the one, Megan?
Yeah, he is friends with Vincent, and actually Sir Winston is making my dress. If I make it to the top 30, my final dress, he will be I will be wearing Winston C. Hopefully if I make it.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you indeed, Vincent, for watching our program, and definitely thank you indeed to introduce or actually convincing Megan to join. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a chance to interview her today. Okay, thank you indeed, Vincent. And I wish that you're going to support her along the way. All right. So do I. Okay, so do I. And Megan, for this time in pageantry, would you think that I mean it's quite risky for you, you know, because you already got a quite a secure work in Thailand, uh-huh,
Mhm.
and you suddenly you know realize that oh that's a big chance indeed to be one of the 75 qualifier in Miss Universe Philippines. And I think it's probably a quite hard decision to make at the time. So just let us know just a little bit. How do you feel when you find your name on the placard of being announced by MUP that you one of the 75 magnificent?
I was very shocked. I had mixed emotions because when I saw that I was in top 100, I didn't expect that at all because I know that there will be a lot of girls who are going to join this, a lot of pageant veterans with already a great background in pageantry. So at first, I honestly didn't know what to do. I was at the beach when the top 100 was announced, and I just saw messages coming in from my friends, from my family, and most of them didn't even know that I submitted my application. And
Mm,
by I was thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do now? What about work? And also at that time, I was applying for other jobs, and I
mm,
had three other job offers, one in the Maldives and another one in Koh Samui. That one I was prepared to go to Koh Samui already, but then a lot has changed with my plans in just a span of a few weeks. First, it was top 100. I was not 100% sure yet whether, to be honest, if I'm going to go through with it because the process of going home, I
mm,
knew that it was going to be quite complicated for me.
mm,
But then once I went into top 75, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really serious. And
mm,
uh, seeing all the support coming from my family, from my
mm,
friends in Bukidnon, all of them cheering for me, I immediately I thought to myself, I think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
mm,
Jobs, I can find them. Jobs can I can maybe after Miss Universe Philippines, I could find job opportunities, but it's not every day that a girl gets a chance to compete at something big like Miss Universe Philippines. So
mm.
I'm very grateful to be here now, and hopefully I make it to the next stages so that all of my sacrifices and all the risks that I have taken will be definitely worth it.
Right, right. Okay, so all the fans, I won't judge, okay, but from her personality, I mean, she comes with the advocacy of a non-stereotype of beauty and inclusivity, and she's so vibrant, with her advocacy. You can tell by yourself, that she really qualified for the next round. Okay, I can tell you that. Okay, so Megan, that's the good idea. Okay, when you make decision, that's very clear. And it's quite, from what you're telling me, it's, everything just comes so fast, you know.
Yeah.
The opportunity just knock on your door, just at the same time from everywhere. Uh-huh. So it's quite hard indeed to pick one of the best of the best, okay? Because the job offer you is also something vibing, okay? A lot of people just vibing, work in Koh Samui, sort of.
Mhm.
But I support your decision that you chose to compete, okay? Because we have age limit to be considered about, and definitely it's one of the lifetime and dream of millions of Filipinas. Right. So okay. Because you work in Thailand for 3 years, and according to you, it seemed like you haven't got a serious training, haven't you? Have you?
Uh, Training for pageants, you mean, Kat?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, very honestly, to be very honest, I didn't really get a lot of serious training, especially because my last pageant it was in 2017, and although it wasn't that big, a lot of girls take pageants very seriously, and that time I was just with my friends. Um, the people who were doing my makeup, my team was basically just my friends from high school,
Mm,
so really train as hard as we were supposed to. So, but I am making up for it now. I have a pageant camp and uh, some people behind me who are helping me with my communication so that I can speak even better I can do public speaking a lot better. And I have some people who are also willing to help me with my passerella because I know that the walk is very crucial for a beauty queen. And
mm,
many other aspects, personality development and styling, all those things. So right now, these are taken very seriously because Miss Universe Philippines is the most coveted crown in our country here in the Philippines. So we
mm.
have to do a lot of preparation, even if I am currently in quarantine.
Right. So, I got to tell you, have you realized that you must be special, or you got something shining from within? That's, even though you haven't got a serious training, but you're still being picked by the judging body to be one of 75 qualifier, which I found that's incredible. Just amazing, just amazing. Because most of people got that training seriously, or even start some, but you just took plane and off from Phuket Beach and just land down in Manila just a couple of days ago. So it's quite amazing journey indeed. Okay. So okay, let me translate a little bit for Thai fan. Okay. คืออย่างนี้นะครับคุณเมแกนคุณเมแกนดิกาวเนาะเป็นผู้เข้าประกวดนะคะตอนนี้เนาะเป็น1ใน75คนนะครับที่ได้รับการคัดเลือกเนาะซึ่งยากมากเลยนะฟิลิปปินส์คือแบบโอ้โหเขาสมัครแบบเป็นหมื่นเป็นแสนนะใบสมัครเนาะแล้วก็คุณเมแกนเนี่ยเป็น1ใน75คนนะคะปัจจุบันนะที่ได้รับการคัดเลือกนะคะคราวนี้คุณเมแกนเนี่ย เขาทำงานอยู่ที่เมืองไทยนะภูเก็ตนะคะคือเป็นประชาสัมพันธ์เนี่ยที่โรงแรมที่ภูเก็ตเนี่ยมา3 ปีเนาะแล้วคือเพื่อนเขาชื่อวินสตันนะคะซึ่งตอนนี้ก็ดูรายการเราอยู่นะก็คือว่าเป็นคนแบบเนี่ยเธอมาสมัครสิอ๋อเนี่ยมิสยูนิเวอร์สฟิลิปปินส์ก็โอเคคุณเมแกนก็สมัครเนาะคุณเมแกนก็ไม่ได้คิดอะไรแต่จริงๆคุณเมแกนเนี่ยเคยประกวดนางงามมาก่อนแต่ว่าเป็นนางงามระดับท้องถิ่นนะคะไม่ใช่ระดับชาตินะ เคยประกวดมาก่อนเนาะแล้วก็ทิ้งไปแล้วก็หันมาทำงานจริงจังเนาะก็มาทำงานที่เมืองไทยตั้งแต่ปี2461นะหรือ2018นะคะคราวนี้เนี่ยคุณแมกกันก็บอกว่าพอตอนประกาศชื่อมาว่าตัวเองติด1ใน75เนี่ยคุณเมคุณเมแกนก็ตกใจมากเลยเพราะว่าแบบก็ไม่คาดฝันเนาะแล้วก็ แม้กระทั่งคนในครอบครัวคุณเมแกนเองก็ยังไม่ทราบนะว่าคุณเมแกนเนี่ยสมัครส่งใบสมัครไปอ่าแล้วเพื่อนๆก็ดีใจเท็กซ์มาบอกคุณเมแกนนะคุณเมแกนรู้นี่เพราะว่าเพื่อนเท็กซ์มาบอกว่านั้นว่าเธอเข้ารอบแล้วตอนนั้นน่ะคุณเมแกนกำลังจะเปลี่ยนงานแล้วคุณเมแกนเนี่ยได้รับงานแล้วนะคะก็คือจะย้ายไปทำที่เกาะสมุยเนาะงานดีแกสมัครกี่ที่แกได้หมดเลยที่เมืองไทยเนี่ยแล้วปรากฏก็จังหวะด้วยได้รับคัดเลือกด้วย ก็มันก็กระทันหันไปหมดคุณเมแกนก็เลยตัดสินใจว่าโอเคพักงานไว้ก่อนก็ปฏิเสธงานไปเนาะแล้วก็เก็บข้าวของเนาะยัดใส่กระเป๋านะแล้วก็บินกลับฟิลิปปินส์นะกลับมาถึงฟิลิปปินส์วันที่17ที่ผ่านมานะ17สิงหาตอนนี้คุณเมแกนก็เลยอยู่ในช่วงควอรันทีนนะคะคราวนี้ในครอบครัวคุณเมแกนพอทราบข่าวก็ดีใจเนาะแต่ก็แบบเซอร์ไพรส์อะเพราะคุณเมแกนแบบไม่ได้บอกใครแล้วก็ถามว่าเนี่ยได้เทรนจริงจังไหมเพราะว่าทำงานที่เมืองไทย2-3 ปีนั้นในขณะที่ผู้เข้าประกวดส่วนใหญ่อ่ะคือเขาจะเทรนจริงจังมากเลยนะถึงได้เข้ารอบอะไรอย่างเงี้ยใช่ไหมคราวนี้ก็บอกเขาว่าโหเขาถือว่าต้องมีอะไรพิเศษจริงๆนะเพราะว่าการที่เขาเนี่ยยังไม่ได้เทรนจริงจังเนี่ยแต่มันต้องมีอะไรที่ชายไงเออคณะกรรมการเขาถึงเลือกให้เขาเข้า1 ใน 75เนาะคราวนี้เนี่ยเดี๋ยวเราก็มาฟังกันต่อนะว่ายังไงเพราะคุณเมแกนน่าสนใจมากและที่สำคัญนะคนไทยต้องฟังเลยเพราะว่าคุณเมแกนรักเมืองไทยมากนะรักเมืองไทยมากๆบอกได้แค่นี้เขารักมากเหมือนกันก็ยังปลื้มเลยคุยไปยิ้มไปนะโอเคอีกนิดนึงก็คือ advocacy ของคุณเมแกนเนี่ยครับก็คือว่าคุณเมแกนในสนับสนุนเรื่องการไม่เอ่อ การที่ไม่ไปจัดเนอะเรื่องความสวยความงามเนอะคือคนเรามีความสวยที่เกิดมาทุกคนมันสวยหมดแหละความสวยที่แตกต่างเนาะแล้วคุณเมแกนเนี่ยก็คือมองว่าคนเราเนี่ยก็คืออย่าไป stereotype นะอันนี้คือเป็น advocacy ของคุณเมแกนที่ต้องการแบบป่าประกาศให้มันดังขึ้นไปอีกนะครับแล้วก็inclusivity เนาะก็คือว่าเราต้องไม่มีการ discriminate นะคะนะอันนี้นี่ก็เป็นโครงการที่คุณเมแกนนำเสนอนะโอเคเรามาฟังกันต่อนะว่ายังไงสนุกแน่นอนนะคะโอเค I'll translate to Thai already. And I said that you just can't miss, okay, for Thai fans because Queen Megan really love Thailand and she
ค่ะ
can speak Thai. And we're so proud that we got a very best friend in you and you cherish Thai culture and love Thai culture so much. So, Megan, I would love to know about why you go for your advocacy, like non-stereotype of beauty standards, and also advocate for inclusivity.
Yeah, so I advocate for inclusivity and beauty diversity
Mm,
because, as you know, these days there are certain aesthetics and society we are very particular with what we call beautiful or not beautiful, especially with
mm,
what we see on Instagram and social
mm,
media.
mm,
But I want to break that, and also coming from a pageant loving country where a lot of people are going to say, you know, this girl is it's made for a pageant, and no, this girl cannot join a pageant. I
mm,
want the representation of all the young women and girls out there that
mm,
anything is possible if you dream, and anybody is beautiful. There
mm,
is there is beauty in every face, in every color, in every body type, and we
mm,
just need to let society see that perspective that there is beauty in all of us because each
mm,
of us is unique, and that's what makes us beautiful. And I know that I am not the typical beauty pageant contestant because I am not perfect in myself. I have a lot of scars, bruises. I'm full of flaws and imperfections, and I am not tall at all. So if you might see me on a regular day, on a regular basis, you would not think that I am someone who would join Miss Universe Philippines. And
mm,
I want to. to take this opportunity to use Miss Universe Philippines as a platform to tell all the young women and girls out there, do not let anybody dictate to you what you can do and what you cannot do. Most of all, don't let anybody tell you you are not beautiful, because you are worth it. We are all beautiful and we all are worth it. We are unique, and it's up to us to change how how we view this, to change our
Mm,
perspective.
mm, that's that's great. I think so because of your work, you know met a lot of diverse people every day, and
Hi.
I know I think you will be heard a lot of comments during conversation in real about in general how people judge another according to their own perception related to beauty. Not only in the pageant, because in the pageant we all try to advocate that beauty is individuality. Everyone has their own beauty. So what do you think is a daunting job that you're going to change this kind of perspective in real life?
Sorry, can you please repeat? Kunko?
Okay, I said that according to your work, you met a lot of people,
Hi, hi.
in your life. Okay, and you can actually listen all the comments from people, like unknowingly when they comment on, okay, this lady not so beautiful, that sort of in real. Okay, and it's not something that advocate only in the pageantry, because in the pageantry we all advocate that beauty is depend on individuality. Okay, it
Ha.
can be any kind. All right, so you just can't really tell which is the real opinion of anyone. So would you find is quite challenging if you try to advocate your advocacy to the real people?
I don't think it's quite challenging. This is actually a good thing to spark a conversation. People will always have opinions. What may be beautiful for one person may not be beautiful for another. So we can start at this point to prove that beauty is in many different comes in many different forms, so we cannot really say there is one certain standard. So that's
Mm,
where inclusivity comes in, where we embrace everything, where we include everyone and nobody gets left behind. So that's
mm,
when we acknowledge that everybody is beautiful in their own way.
right, right. That's good. And I mean, I'm going to to raise some instant, okay, some example in real life that I experienced. I know that someone, especially men, okay, that very sort of discriminates
Mhm.
against you know any type any particular type of beauty. If there's a guy and he's your friend, but he got like a fixed mind of, okay, if the lady would be this guy, she beautiful for me, the rest is
Mhm.
just ugly, you know and his comment is so harsh, okay, and pretty rude, a sort of disrespect of women, and okay, and he's also your friend. So
Mhm.
do you have any solution to change his mindset and perspective, because it's quite negative and very toxic,
Yeah,
just and sort of misogynistic
yeah,
as well.
agree. I think I have been through this situation before because I have a few friends too, but I would take that as a good opportunity to have a discourse and have a discussion, a respectful discussion with that particular friend, because we are all entitled to our own opinions.
Mm,
However, I um, take it as the time for me to tell my friends in a friendly way that
mm,
we should all be respectful toward each other.
mm,
And while I do respect that it is your opinion and it has how you view people physically, I think that we should dig deeper and look for beauty beyond what we see physically, because people have something people have something in them that makes them unique. And some people may be beautiful on the outside, but on the inside we don't know who or what they're actually hiding deep in there. Some people may be beautiful on the outside but are not on the inside, and there are also some people who may not be the conventional type of beauty but who possess a very beautiful heart. So I would tell that friend that it takes a lot more to know a person's beauty, so we should not just judge people based on how they look.
mm, mm. So, don't you think it takes time to change someone's mindset, which quite toxic?
I agree. I do agree that it would take some time for a person to unlearn their toxic mindset. But I think it's a good start for us to be honest with our friends and to try to correct them rather than tolerate them when they have these toxic traits. And
Mm,
although it would take a while, I think if we keep on being there for our friends, we keep on helping them to achieving a better mindset, I think that's a good thing, so we can help each other make this world a better place.
right, right. That's good idea. So, what is the definition of the real beauty by yourself?
For me, the definition of beauty is sincerity and authenticity. So authenticity is because just being true to yourself, being true to
Mm,
your heart, and everything will follow after that. You just have to hide anything. You're nice to other people out of your own sincerity, out of what is in your heart, and you do it not just because other people are looking, but because it is sincerely what you want to do. And that's what true beauty is.
mm, mm. That's nice. That's nice. Your idea really nice. So, would you think that your experience working abroad, especially in the multicultural city like Phuket, would help your advocacy?
Chaika, actually, me going to Phuket has changed my perspective a lot. Before that, I thought that I didn't see myself as a very beautiful person, but seeing how diverse people is, seeing how many beautiful people there are not just the Thai people who are really beautiful in their own way, but also the different kinds of nationalities that I see. I see everybody coming together, and you can't just say that one nationality is more beautiful than the other, because everybody is beautiful in their own way,
Mm,
and nobody is ugly at all. We can have different skin colors, different body types, but being in Phuket, it really helped me shift how I see beauty. I see beauty in everyone, not just physically, but through the culture, and especially through how they present themselves, especially with kindness to others.
mm. So, when you don't you find in the pageant world nowadays, it's quite statistic, because we try to advocate for beauty from any form, uh-huh. But actually, we set the rule and criteria for a certain qualification, such
Yes,
as you got to have minimum height, and your age should be in this is this range, sort of. So, would you find the rule and criteria in pageantry should be changed, as to be according to what the world pageantry advocating nowadays?
Because I am very lucky to be here at this day and age, this generation where everything is evolving and the world is continuing to be more tolerant. There's more tolerance, there's more compassion towards people, and Miss Universe Philippines has already eliminated the height requirements. Before there used to be a height requirement. That's why I didn't think I was fit to join national pageants until now, when Miss Universe Philippines said that, okay, we are open to all girls, regardless of how tall you are. Then that was my cue, and I am very happy because of that, and uh, that's something really good. Seeing that the biggest pageant in the Philippines is showing that they can evolve towards becoming more inclusive to more girls around the country. So I think pageantry is still continuing to evolve and more changes will be seen. So
Mm,
we can expect more and more things, more and more pageants to be more open to many different kinds of girls and not just the ones that used to be the standard when it comes to this.
mm. So I mean, if you empower to make any change in the pageantry or in the pageant, all right, what kind of criteria nowadays, okay, existing nowadays, that you want to change?
So part of the criteria that I would like to change in pageants. So they've already removed the height requirement, which is good, and that's something that was first initiated by Miss Universe Philippines. I would also love to see this happen in other pageants as well. And the other thing that possibly I would like to change is the educational requirement, because sometimes in some pageants they require you to be of a certain education. I think in the Philippines it is required for you to be a high school graduate, but I think that if we can open it more to those girls from marginalized communities who are not able to access education and have not been as privileged as we are, then I think that is one more step towards being more inclusive.
Right, right. Okay, so far, no one else, except you mentioned about, to eliminate the education qualification. Okay, so you're the first, and it's quite interesting indeed. So, if you're going to eliminate this criteria, don't you think that she going to, like, to be capable enough to compete internationally when she going to, like, go against other nationality, which probably got higher education or experience, vast or broader horizon?
You know, Kunko, one thing I learned that many things can be learned along the way, but as when it comes to I was saying that we shouldn't strictly require people uh, to be a high school graduate, because some people in the Philippines, they have pursued they've been to high school but they were not able to graduate because of things like financial problems. So I do think that undergraduates are also well equipped enough or mature enough to be in pageants, as long as they are mentally prepared for it and emotionally prepared for it, which I am sure the screening committee will also handle very well. And the
Mm.
rest of it, it can be learned like the trainings. There are so many girls with little experience, such as me. I didn't have a lot of training for pageants, but if we put our heart and mind into it, I think as we go along, we will be able to learn it.
Mm. Mm. Okay. Mind you, if I translate a little bit, okay, it's very interesting point อ่าฮะคืออย่างนี้นะครับคือคุณเมแกนน่ะเขาน่ารักมากเลยเขาแบบมีวิสัยทัศน์ที่ดีแล้วก็แบบเกิดกว้างเนาะคือกูก็ถามว่าโอเคคุณเมแกนรู้สึกว่ามันประหลาดไหมมันขัดแย้งไหมคือแบบว่าเหมือนกับโลกนางงามปัจจุบันเนาะก็แบบบอกว่าโอ๊ยต้องไม่อย่าไปแบ่งแยกความสวยทุกคนมีความสวยหมดแต่เอ๊ะแล้วทำไมในกฎเนี่ยมันถึงมียุบยับอย่างเช่นต้องสูงขั้นต่ำเท่านี้อายุก็ต้องอยู่ในเลนส์นี้อะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็เลยถามคุณเมแกนบอกว่าแล้วถ้าสมมติคุณเมแกนเนี่ยมีอำนาจเนาะหรือว่ามีพลังอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะตัดสินใจอะไรได้แล้วเออเกี่ยวกับการจัดการประกวดเนี่ยถามว่ากฎข้อไหนคุณสมบัติอะไรที่คุณเมแกนเนี่ยอยากจะเปลี่ยนแปลงนะเพื่อให้หลากหลายเปิดกว้างกับผู้เข้าประกวดมากขึ้นคุณเมแกนก็บอกว่าแต่ก่อนเนี่ยไอ้เรื่องอายุเนี่ยนะก็เป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญทำให้แต่ก่อนยังไม่ทางยังไม่มีกองไหนเนาะเอาตรงนี้ออกปรากฏMiss Universe ฟิลิปปินส์เนี่ยซึ่งถือว่าเป็นกองที่ใหญ่ที่สุดนะมันเป็นการประกวดที่ใหญ่ที่สุดในฟิลิปปินส์นะคะก็คือแบบดีมากๆเลยคือยกตรงนี้ออกไปเลยทำให้คุณเมแกนเนี่ยคือมีโอกาสได้ประกวดเนาะเพราะว่าถ้าตามมาตรฐานแล้วความสูงคุณเมแกนถ้าสมมติมินิมัมเนาะคุณเมแกนจะไม่ถึงคุณเมแกนถึงมองว่าโอ้โหเนี่ยมันเป็นปันทำลายกำแพงนะทำให้ผู้หญิงมากมายเป็นล้านๆนะได้มีโอกาสมาประกวดซึ่งรวมถึงคุณเมแกนด้วยเนาะในเชิงความสูงคราวนี้ไอ้ตรงเนี้ยเปลี่ยนแปลงเรียบร้อยละคราวนี้คุณเมแกนก็เลยตอบคำถามที่โก้ถามเนาะคุณเมแกนบอกว่าคุณเมแกนต้องการให้ยกเลิกข้อกำหนดว่าต้องมีการศึกษาขั้นต่ำคือไฮสคูลสำหรับที่ฟิลิปปินส์เนี่ยก็คือว่าเขาจะมีข้อกำหนดว่าต้องจบขั้นต่ำคือไฮสคูลนะถึงลงประกวดได้คราวนี้คุณเมแกนให้เหตุผลว่าคืออย่างนี้คือคุณเมแกนมองว่าชีวิตคนเราเนาะการเรียนรู้มันไม่สิ้นสุดคือเราสามารถโตไปเรียนรู้ไปพัฒนาตัวเองไปเป็นวิวัฒนาการไปด้วยประสบการณ์ไปได้คือการเรียนรู้เนี่ยมันไม่ได้จบอยู่แค่ในโรงเรียนหรือใบปริญญาเนาะคือตรงนี้เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคุณเมแกนก็อยากให้เปิดโอกาสเนาะให้สำหรับผู้หญิงเนาะเด็กสาวหรือว่าทุกๆคนที่ยังมีความฝันแต่ว่าเขาอาจจะติดขัดซึ่งตอนเนี้ยเขาอาจจะกำลังทรัพย์ไม่พออาจจะยังไม่มีโอกาสเรียนใช่ไหมคราวนี้เนี่ยก็เปิดโอกาสให้คนเหล่านี้ได้เข้ามาประกวดจริงๆแล้วคราวนี้ก็ถามเขาบอกว่าแล้วเกิดได้มงขึ้นมาแล้วคิดว่าจะไปต่อสู้กับชาวโลกคู่แข่งต่างประเทศไหวไหมอะที่เหมือนแบบเขามาแบบพร้อมๆเรียนจบปริญญาใช่ไหมความรู้แบบมาพร้อมความรู้รอบตัวพร้อมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยปริญญาหลายใบคุณเมแกนก็บอกว่าไม่นะคือคุณเมแกนเขาบอกว่าเหมือนกับความคิดความอ่านคนเรามันเลิร์นนิ่งได้เนาะของนี้มันไม่ใช่วัดกันที่กระดาษนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคุณเมแกนเนี่ยก็บอกว่าถ้าคุณเมแกนเนี่ยมีอำนาจเนาะคุณเมแกนจะยกเลิกข้อนี้นะก็คือไม่มีกำหนดนะคะก็คือว่าไม่ต้องมีคำว่าขั้นต่ำไฮสคูลจะจบป .4 ป .5 ป .6 หรือว่าไม่เรียนหนังสือแต่ว่ามีความสามารถประกวดได้ความคิดความอ่านดีคุณพูดจาเขาเรียกอะไรติดต่อสื่อสารแล้วก็สามารถแบบประสานงานอะไรได้คือทำหน้าที่ที่มันเป็นบิวตี้ควีนเป็นกระบอกเสียงให้กับคนหมู่มากได้คือคุณเมแกนก็ถือว่าโอเคซึ่งโก้บอกว่าคุณเมแกนเป็นคนแรกเลยนะถ้าที่โก้สัมภาษณ์มานี่ยังไม่มีใครในโลกนี้เลยนะที่ตอบแบบนี้นะหมายถึงว่าที่แบบบอกให้ยกเลิกข้อนี้นะคะยกเลิกข้อการศึกษานะซึ่งซึ่งคุณเมแกนเนี่ยการที่คุณเมแกนตอบอย่างนี้เนาะก็มองว่าคุณเมแกนน่าจะมองว่าการศึกษาเนี่ยมันเป็น basic right เนาะมันไม่ใช่ privilege นะคะเดี๋ยวก็จะถามคุณเมแกนนะ according to your previous answer Megan would you consider education is a necessity as a basic right or the privilege to be paid for
Yes, I would definitely consider education as a necessity and as a basic right because it is very essential for children, for everybody to have an education which can help bring them up as they grow older into people, because educated children have more chances of making it to a better career, better opportunities, and to a better way of life, which they can also pass on to their families in the future, their children and the children of their children.
Right, right. Uh-huh. Oh, that's great idea indeed. And I think a lot of beauty queen nowadays just have the same idea as you. And so do I. And Megan, so would you have any kind of message that to inspire a lot of as young girl out there who aspire to be beauty queen like you, or to be beauty queen like Beer and Catriona Gray one day. But in reality, she got limited resources, and a lot of people surround her probably say that she's not pretty enough. So, what kind of message you would like to relay to her?
So I would like to say first that once upon a time, that girl was also me. I've had a lot of people telling me that I may not be able to do this, to be in a national pageant because of my limitations. But one thing I can say is we can be very ordinary, but our extraordinary dreams will take us to greater heights. So just don't stop believing. Don't let other people dictate what you can and what you cannot do, because you are the director of your own life. Don't let anybody stop you from achieving your dreams. Just go for it. That's what I would.
Mm,
And I wish I could tell that to my younger self. I am sure if my younger self saw how I am right now, she would be very proud.
mm. So, mind you, okay, it's just your personal idea, but I just would like you to sort of decide or actually give some guideline for some girl that probably came from now, probably being in a humble environment, and has been limited by every resorted need to advance into the pageant world. So where should she start with? You know, to organize all everything in life, to be able to be competing one day.
Yeah, I think it is crucial to get some support, because, like me, while I started with Miss Universe Philippines, I was alone. I was in Phuket without my team because the rest of my team were here in the Philippines. But then, luckily, I have very beautiful people. I have friends in Phuket who were very kind to me. For my introduction video, I had help from Arjun Hong Film. He helped me make the my introduction video for free. He is actually a very great photographer, sorry, great videographer, but he had a kind heart to 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 help me, to collaborate with me on that. So one thing I would like to tell girls out there who have limited resources is do not be afraid to ask for help, because there are wonderful people out there with kind hearts. We just need to look for them. And
Mm,
than that, we can always strive. We can work hard for what we want. Like in my case, I also used up a lot of my savings that I earned from work for some photo shoots and video shoots and other requirements that I needed for Miss Universe. But most of all, what I can say is that believe in the goodness of people, because that's one thing that I have seen in Phuket and the people around me, and that's something that I've been very grateful for. If I could have this, and I'm sure you also can.
mm. Very supportive and very inspirational. Very inspirational indeed.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
And Megan, according to you, if she already listened to your advice here, but she still not got enough courage because she's sort of reserved. So, do you have any kind of advice to, to unravel this stigma in her?
Sorry, to stigma and
I mean, to correct or to help her change her mindset, because such as she probably being reserved at this time, and according to your advice, she probably to need to reach out to many people to connect with people, but she got quite a reserved personality, and haven't got enough courage to speak out. So, what kind of message would you like to help her correct this sort of personality?
so when it comes to that, I know that there are some people who are afraid to ask for things for free. So let's just say that we can try to use your talent. So it could be a win-win situation. It's going to be like an exchange. For example, if you are good at performing, maybe you can offer your services. Maybe for entertainment, for example, you can sing for people. There are a lot of platforms, especially streaming platforms, that we have on the internet where you can gain a lot of donations. You could also get attention from the groups of people that you want to reach out to. This could be a great start.
Mm, mm, mm. Very good advice. I
Mhm.
mean, on point. Okay. So I think a lot of people who are still afraid of, make the first step under, being limited resource now, just do according to Megan's advice. I think it will work. Okay, it will work. Uh-huh. And also, Megan, even though you advocate for like beauty diversity, but such as if you be able to advance in the next round, and the next round, and you will be on the stage among other taller, and sort of pageant stereotype beauty queen. So, at that point, would you imagine yourself to be intimidated by their presence?
Yeah, intimidation was something that I had before, but I am very happy that I learned to let go of that and to just embrace myself as I am. So if I were to be on that stage with many other girls who are a lot prettier, who are a lot taller than me, I think that would be the time for me to embrace my uniqueness and to use that as my strength. So if everybody else is tall, I think I would stand out because I am the smallest.
Oh, I love her, perception. That's very good. I mean, it's a very encouraging factor that you got to see everything in transform everything into the positive light. Uh-huh. It help. It's really help. Uh-huh. And that's doing indeed. And also, you talk a lot of your height. Uh-huh. So, honestly, I mean, until today, have you ever feel inferior because of your height before?
Yes, before, to be very honest, I used to be very inferior with my height when I was around 18 or when I was younger, when I joined the pageants. I used to be one of the smallest girls, but now after I've been to Phuket, I think I learned to love myself even more and I learned how to embrace my height as it is. I wouldn't change it any other way. I'm happy to be, I don't know, 164 centimeters.
Mm,
Sometimes one depends on who or where I measure myself.
mm. That's that's a good tip เอ่อคุณเมแกนนะก็ให้แบบว่าคำแนะนำดีดีเนาะก็ถามว่าคุณเมแกนเนี่ย164เนาะถ้าตามมาตรฐานนางงามเนี่ยก็ถือว่าตัวเล็กแล้วถามว่าเนี่ยตลอดมาจนถึงณวันเนี้ยคุณเมแกนเนี่ยจบไปละไอ้เรื่องไม่มีปมทุกอย่างความสูงอะไรไม่มีพร้อมเดินหน้าแต่ถามว่าก่อนหน้าเนี้ยคุณเมแกนมีความรู้สึกแบบเหมือนกับแบบยังไงอะ คือด้อยกว่าคนอื่นไหมอะไรอย่างเงี้ยที่เราแบบสูงแค่นี้ก็คุณเมแกนก็บอกว่า ก็รู้สึกนะบอกตามตรงรู้สึกไม่ใช่ไม่รู้สึกเนาะแต่ถามว่าก็การเวลาพอการไปทำงานที่ภูเก็ตเนาะคุณเมแกนเนาะคือให้เกียรติภูเก็ตมากๆนะคะให้เกียรติประเทศไทยมากเนาะก็บอกว่าคือได้รับบทเรียนในทางที่ดีมากจากการทำงานที่ภูเก็ตนะเพราะว่าได้พบคนหลากหลายแล้วก็คนเนี่ยมีแต่คนน่ารักแบบ positive mind เนาะแล้วก็ appreciate ในความสวยของคุณเมแกนคุณเมแกนก็เลยแบบคือจากแบบว่ามีความรู้สึก inferior เมื่อหลายปีก่อนนะพอมาอยู่ภูเก็ตแล้วเนี่ยพอเห็นว่าอุ้ยความสวยมันมีหลากหลายมากเลยอ่ะแล้วก็ทุกคนก็ appreciate ซึ่งกันและกันคุณเมแกนก็ได้รับการยอมรับคือคุณเมแกนก็มีความรู้สึกว่าเนี่ยแหละมันใช่ฉันต้อง advocate เรื่องนี้แหละไปให้ทั่วโลกเลยเพราะว่าคุณเมแกนน่ะได้รับสิ่งนี้เนาะจากที่คุยเนาะถูกต้องไหมคะคุณเมแกนใช่ไหมใช่ไหมโอเคนะคุณเมแกนก็เข้าใจภาษาไทยนะครับแต่อาจจะพูดได้ limited นิดนึงเนาะso Megan do you have any beauty queen as your role model in pageantry
Beauty queen as a role model, of course. Katrina Gray and Pia Wurtzbach. They each of them is my role model in many different ways. Pia Wurtzbach because she has tried many times and she didn't stop until she won the crown finally. It took her 3 tries in the National Miss Philippines pageant until she was crowned Miss Universe Philippines. So she is proof that you should don't be afraid to try until you are there to achieve your dreams because failures
mm,
can happen to you several times, but you just have to stand up and get up there and don't let that stop you. Also,
mm.
mhm,
So
and
what about you I mean if you wouldn't succeed this year are you still determined to come back next year because your age still eligible to compete anyway.
yes, of course, why not? If the opportunity permits, if the pandemic is over, of course, when the situation gets better, of course, I think I would be open to that.
อืมน่ารักมากๆเลยน่ารักมากๆso I mean now you have been in Philippines already so after quarantine can you like share um your plan of training how's it gonna be because it's quite rushed now I think the coronation night will be as 25th of September
Correct.
uh, won it, right? I think it is. So it's just only a month. Okay.
Mhm.
So might you just share a little bit what kind of training you gonna to got as to well equip yourself in
Yeah.
time.
Yes, you can see I have been quite behind when it comes to the trainings because my camp, they are based in Manila. So that one I'd have to attend to do my passerella and more personality development trainings. I also need to work with a fitness coach because I normally don't exercise and I didn't really take fitness very seriously. I just go surfing and then that's it. I don't do many other activities to keep me fit. So yeah, definitely fitness training, personality development training, what else? And most of all, especially improving my public speaking skills because for me this is very crucial. The way that I'm going to present myself and I'm going to express myself is going to be very important in the selection of becoming Miss Universe Philippines. So I think this is one thing that I would really be focusing on.
Okay. If one of the judge and ask the questions to you in the interview, all right, um, before deciding if you're ready to go to the next round, what kind of question would you like to be asked the most?
That's very interesting. I have never had the option to choose the question that that the judges can ask me. So probably I would go for something not too serious, something that's about myself, probably something that says what I have learned from my past that I can apply to being Miss Universe Philippines.
Mm, mm. Okay. Um, can you explain a little bit deeper about the question you would like to be asked? That you say that okay, I would love to people know about your past. So, what is your past that you would love to reveal to the world or to the judge?
It's just a lesson, past lessons in my life. So I would just say that people can use our past against us to hurt us or to bring back the things that we regret and we regret doing things before that could hurt us and hurt the people around us. But these things we don't necessarily have to dwell in them, but instead we can learn from them for us to be better versions of ourselves because every day is a chance for us to grow, to heal, and to be better and to learn from all those things that happened in the past. And that's how I can apply it to becoming Miss Universe Philippines because there are some things that I regret doing before that are being used against me, but I've used that as a learning tool for me to be better and not to commit the same mistakes again. Also, at the same time, to teach people around me to do better than I did using these lessons I have learned.
Mm, mm. And also, as a woman, and also you're a strong advocate of beauty, diversity, and inclusivity. What kind of mindset in people that you met um, would be perceived unacceptable in your point of view?
So, what kind of mindset would be considered unacceptable in
Yes,
my opinion,
opinion.
in my
In your opinion.
point of view? I think something unacceptable would be to tell people what they can and what they cannot do. I don't think we are in any place to dictate that to anyone because we have not been in their shoes. We have not seen their struggles, and we can never totally know who they are as a person. We cannot judge people just because we do things differently than we do. Each of us is different. We have our own opinions. We can all agree to disagree. However, we cannot tell a person that they're only capable of doing certain things because in the end, it is up to us. It is up to ourselves to achieve what we want, to do what we want to do, and do what we don't want to do because we are the directors of our own lives.
Mm, you can answer most of the question because I think it's quite hard. The question I throwing you because it's a reverse, okay, question. It's not like the normal question because all the question, most of the question I ask you in the in the opposite way, okay, and also because of your advocacy, beauty, diversity, and according to that, if you were a judge yourself, okay, that's a lot of people, on the stage, all diverse. So, what the main criteria, okay, if you were a judge, that you're going to spend, okay, um, before deciding who gonna win?
I think I would look at someone who is very authentically confident because you can already see that everybody is beautiful, is unique in their own way, and everyone has something that shines within them, which is the reason why they are competing on that stage. So in the end, I think what would be something that would catch my eye is when I see someone that is authentically confident within themselves, like embraces who they truly are. Because when that happens to you, everything just falls into place. Your performance, how well you're going to do in the pageant, it will show in that if you are authentically happy with yourself and with just with whatever it is that you are doing in the course.
Mm. So, all the fans, I think once we gone through, you can tell that authenticity is very vital. Okay, to be a queen and to be a winner, because a lot of beauty queens and including Megan, emphasize on being yourself, a great deal and so many times. So just be yourself, okay? Even though you got inspired by the celebrated BB Queen, but
Yes.
always be the who you are.
Hmm.
That's a great important things. And also, being a woman, would you find being a woman nowadays is a plus or minus?
Of course, it is a plus. I mean, we have our own advantages and disadvantages, but I think that no gender is I think they're both in the same weighing scale. I wouldn't invalidate one or the other, but if we just use the best of our abilities as women and we use our uniqueness, then we could use that to our advantage.
Mm, mm. And you actually work abroad for 3 years. So I would love to know your perspective. Would you encourage the people to explore, more abroad, or would you like them to stay domestically? Uh, if they, being offered a good job.
In the end, it all comes down to our preferences. Different people have different preferences. There are people who want to stay close to home so that they can be with their family. And then there are some people who are very adventurous, who are not afraid to take risks, who
Mm,
are always looking for something beyond their
mm,
comfort zone. So, whatever it is, just follow your heart and do whatever makes you happy. So don't just do it because somebody else tells you to do it, or don't just do it to prove yourself to somebody. In the end, everything will fall into place if you follow your heart and if it is something that makes you happy.
that's nice. So, if I would like you to describe your personality, okay, in just 5 words, okay.
Hmm.
So, what are those exactly telling your true self?
So I would say I am adventurous, spontaneous, bubbly, fun, and most of all, I am very loving. I love to show that I love people. I love life, uh, and I'm just grateful for everything. And that's what makes me love. When I love hard.
Right. So, mind you to tell overseas fans, where is the Bukidnon? What part of Philippines is it located?
Okay, so as you know, the Philippines is an archipelago with
Mm,
three main islands. There is Luzon on top, Visayas and in the middle, and Mindanao in the south. So Bukidnon is part of Mindanao. We are in Region 10 of Mindanao, Northern Mindanao. We are known for our highlands, our mountains, and Bukidnon is also known as the country's home of the finest cowboys. So there you would see beautiful mountains, valleys, mountain ranges, beautiful forests, a lot of great natural resources, and Bukidnon is also the fruit basket of the Philippines. So that's where you can see a lot of crops grown. There's a lot of pineapples there, pineapple plantations.
mm,
Um, I love to ride horses. I will do that once I get home. A lot of beautiful waterfalls,
mm,
so beautiful landscapes and mountains that you should explore, which are also very good for Instagram and just put on your picture frames on your bucket list that you could show to people that oh I have been here. So you should definitely go and visit Bukidnon Kunko. If you go to the Philippines, let me know.
yes, I would love to. And how's the climate over there? I mean, how many seasons have it got?
The Philippines is tropical, so we just basically have the wet season and the dry season. But in Bukidnon, since we are in the highlands in the mountains, it can get cold, especially when it can get quite cold. So you're gonna need some cold clothes too. It's like Chiang Mai. No, I think Chiang Mai is a bit more colder, but something similar to that.
Right, right. So, I mean, mountain or the sea?
No, no sea, just mountains. Yeah.
No, I mean, for you, mountain or the sea, you prefer?
Why choose when I can have both? I want both.
I mean, if you're gonna choose, okay, because I just teasing you because the work that you chosen and also the latest work you've been offered, but you declined because you chose to come back and compete. Will only led to the sea. Is the the beach side in like Phuket and Samui. So um I just assume that you probably love the beach.
Yeah, I love the beach, I love the island life, but also the mountains is home. That's where my family is. So as you can see, I gave up the beach to be in the mountains, to be with
Mm,
my
that's right. That's right. That's right. So, okay. Might you just share what kind of lesson that you got from working abroad? Okay, and meet multicultural people and being in the midst of multiculturalism. Like living in Phuket.
Yeah, living in Phuket has helped me to be more independent, to get out of my comfort zone, and it has made me change my perspective in so many ways. Before I used to be so sheltered. I used to have beliefs that are very different from what I believe in now. Right now, I guess I would say I have more tolerance and I am more open-minded. So if you can travel, if you can learn from different cultures, talk to people, be friends with everyone because it is such a wonderful experience. So if you have the privilege to travel, then please do so. It's such a wonderful thing to connect with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and even if despite all the differences that you have, there will always be one thing that will keep you together, and it is that humanity.
Mm. Mm. So you got quite a word living in each of your statement. So I think that you're going to get the very good mark in the interview. And also Megan, I think social media has a huge influence, okay, in the people life and also in the in the people belief, okay, even though it's not right at the beginning. So I mean, according to you and your advocacy, how do you like to fight social bullying, especially on the beauty of each person or each beauty queen?
Mhm. To do that, I think one thing that we need to focus on is kindness and positivity. First of all, those people who say negative things, those who spread negativity, one thing to do with them is just to ignore them because you are the kind of energy that you give around to people. And if you don't respond to negativity, then it will all just fade away. What matters most is the kind of energy that you radiate in you that you would spread to other people. Because if you radiate positivity, gratitude, and love, that will come back to you 100-fold. And you can manifest that and also transfer it to a lot of people. That way you can uplift them and you can also make their lives really wonderful by inspiring them to live in the same happy and positive way that you do. So that is something that I am trying to practice right now in a world where in social media you see a lot of negativity. Be the light in there because Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that, and hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
Mm. That's nice. I mean, what about in your opinion? Okay, just would like to ask you if you got a barrage of bad comments and that rude, sort of discriminative statement. Okay, in your post or any social media platform. So, would you consider to take the further step to penalize them instead of put up with those negative comments?
Interesting question, Kunko, because I already experienced a lot of that, and I've been so used to that already. So I just want to ignore, and I believe in second chances. Sometimes people don't know what they are doing, and people can change. So I don't think once you've done something bad, you're going to be bad for the rest of your life. I think the best way would be to ignore those people, and if you cannot take the bashing, you always have the option to block so you don't see any of the negativity. But in the end, I don't believe in penalizing or fighting back against those people, because as long as you focus on the positivity in your life and you become grateful for all the wonderful things that's happening, then you won't have any time to, you won't have the time or the energy to focus on all the negativity.
Hmm. So, what about if they spread fake news about you? Would you consider to penalize them legally, or still just let them be and ignore them?
I think it I think it depends on the extent of these things, because the good thing about social media now, there is a feature on Facebook where you can report certain things, and Facebook will decide if
Mm.
if it's something that they will accept the report or they will not accept it. And if it is something that is very major, um, which is, I don't think I have experienced something that major yet. I think these things can be settled legally, but I just hope it won't have to get into that. I know that in Thailand, these things are quite serious, because you have a law when it comes to that, right, Kunpo? But
Yes, that's right. We take it
yeah,
seriously.
yeah, you take it very seriously in Thailand, I know. But in the Philippines, we also have a cyber cyberbullying, an anti-cyberbullying law as well. So people have the option also to go through with this process. Um, if it is something very major, and if it affects you, if it affects your life really badly, then of course I think that is the time when you will have to go to court to make the people answer for their cyber crime. Cyber crime, yeah, that's what we would call it in the Philippines. But so far, it hasn't happened to me yet, something very major, and I'm just thankful that it hasn't happened to me. But I think every person has their limits, and I think you know when it's not okay anymore. So when it is not okay, then we can always report it to the authorities.
Mm. I love her answer. I love her answer, and I think it's very productive answer because Kun Megan have been living in both country like recently work in Thailand, so she understand well in Thailand context and how Thai think when experience social bullying or fake news. Thais take it very seriously and
Mm,
don't have that much tolerance to let them free. Okay, so we tend to get them to court. All right. So in the other way, Kun Megan is a Filipino. She also understand in the Philippines context. So Kun Megan just give your choice. Okay. For some social bully who watching now, you still have, some room to improve, okay, and a choice to leave the old behavior, because she already said that she believed in second chance. So I mean, if anyone ever done, okay, or thinking to keep doing it, just stop. All right, because Kun Megan already, mentioned to this. Everyone just got their own limit. Okay, so I suggest, please don't taste it. Okay.
Especially not in Thailand. It's a very big mistake to do it in Thailand.
Yes, yes, that's right, that's right. Yep, that's true. So aside from working, aside from interest in joining pageantry, what kind of hobby or recreations do you normally do in your pastime?
Yeah, when I was in Phuket, I always surf. I like, if you know Kata Beach, that's where I always hang out. People know that on my weekends, I'm always there in Kata just surfing. And yeah, I miss my friends in Kata. Hello, guys. Sawadika, if you're watching right now.
I think you got, like, a big support from Phuket people, okay, when you contest, because definitely we consider you Thai, okay, even though you've been here for 3 years. I mean, you've got a lot of fans, including me. Definitely. So that's one question. I just would like to know personally. I mean, I perceive joining pageantry is very, like, risky business for
Hmm.
ladies, because you have to invest a lot of money on your
Correct.
own. Aside, even though you got your team behind you, I think you still have to put a lot of effort, like, your own investment anyway. So and it's just only a few, very few, very few want to get to the top, or to get recognized, you know um, I mean, socially. So why why so many women still would love to join pageantry, even though, that's so risky, and you have to put, like, as you mentioned, have to put most of your saving or existing resources to, to put all the things through.
Hmm. I This is women who join pageantry are not just there to present themselves and just to look pretty and all that, but I think it's more about um, using the pageant as a platform to amplify their voice when it comes to the causes that they are passionate about. In my case, that is to talk and spark more conversations about inclusivity and diversity. So
Mm,
all these my sisters in Miss Universe Philippines, as well as all the other girls who are joining pageants, are there for a greater cause, not just to promote themselves. So I think this is a very meaningful cause.
right. Mm. So, I mean, like, lady who joined pageantry got a very higher purpose.
Yes.
I mean, very humane. I mean, all of you tend to, to present most of people out there who in the shadow, but you put yourself up front, to, like, to represent the people who not coming out, but on your resource. So I think that's such a, sacrifice all of you have made. Right. So now I got understand, because I just doubt all the time. It's so risky. Why still invest? uh-huh
อืม
so I really understand now คืออย่างนี้นะคะคือก็ถามเนาะคุณเมแกนเนาะว่าโอ้โหเนี่ยมันเป็นการเสี่ยงมากเลยนะการประกวดเนี่ยไหนจะต้องใช้จ่ายเงินเยอะเนาะอย่างเงี้ยฟิลิปปินส์เขาก็ใช้อย่างคุณเมแกนเนี่ยเงินเก็บมาทั้งชีวิตเนี่ยลงเลยนะนี่ขนาดมีทีมช่วยเหลือแล้วนะคราวนี้ส่วนใหญ่ที่เขาถามเนาะนางงามก็เป็นอย่างนี้เนาะก็เลยถามว่าเออ แล้วทำไมถึงยังลงประกวดน่ะคือมันเสี่ยงเนาะคนชนะมันก็มีน้อยนิดน่ะแล้วก็มีคนแค่หยิบมือหนึ่งที่คนเขาจะจำได้เนาะคุณเมแกนก็เลยบอกว่าคืออย่างนี้คือเราลงประกวดเนี่ยเพราะเราอะอยากมีเสียงดังคือเราอยากจะเหมือนเราประสบอะไรมาเนาะแล้วเราอยากจะให้มีการแก้ไขอะคือตรงเนี้ยเราถึงมาประกวดอันนี้คือเป็นเมนพอยต์สำคัญนะคือไม่ใช่แบบว่ามาประกวดเพื่อโปรโมตตัวเองนะอันนี้ก็คือเมนพอยต์แบบว่าทางใจเลยอะของคนส่วนใหญ่ที่เขารู้จักและรวมถึงคุณเมแกนเนาะคิดแบบนี้ว่าคือมันมีสิ่งที่อยู่ในใจที่ฉันอยากจะพูดให้ทั้งโลกเลยได้ยินเนี่ยอย่างของคุณเมแกนก็คือว่าความสวยเนี่ยมันไม่จำกัดประเภทลักษณะนะทุกคนสวยหมดอย่าตัดสินกันเพียงรูปลักษณ์ภายนอกใช่ไหมแล้วก็พวกสังคมเนี่ยมีความหลากหลายเนาะเราก็ควรจะยอมรับซึ่งกันและกันให้ความเคารพซึ่งกันและกันอันนี้ก็คือเป็น advocacy ของคุณเมแกนเนาะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคุณเมแกนก็บอกว่าที่ลงประกวดเนี่ยก็คือตรงนี้แหละถึงแม้มันจะต้องโหลงทุนมากมายก็เถอะอะไรเงี้ยเสี่ยงเนาะแต่ว่าคือเขามองว่าถ้าสมมุติเขาสามารถกระจายหรือ spread advocacy เนาะที่เขาสนับสนุนเนี่ยมันทำให้เกิดประโยชน์กับคนมากมายอีกมากอะที่เขาไม่มีโอกาสได้ลงประกวดแล้วเขาอาจจะอยู่ในร่มเงาอาจจะแอบอยู่ตรงไหนของสังคมก็คือว่าโก้เลยบอกโหเสียสละมากเลยเนาะเนี่ยนางงามที่มาลงประกวดเนี่ยลงทุนเองใช่ไหมถึงแม้มีทีมหนุนหลังใช่ไหมแต่ว่าก็คือเกิดเนี่ย advocacy เนี่ยคือพูดขึ้นมาก็คือมันแทนคนเป็นล้านๆเลยอ่ะก็เลยบอกโหเยี่ยมมากเลยเสียสละมากๆเลยนะso Megan for competing this time tell me what is your highest goal
My highest goal,
yes
my highest goal is after this pageant, crown or no crown, is to send this message across that everybody is beautiful in his or her own way, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So that is my purpose of joining Miss Universe Philippines.
You know, even though you haven't finished your answer, I just couldn't wait applauding you. Because I think I assume that you're going to like, of course, winning a crown. But the way you react it just amazed me indeed. It's telling a lot about inside of your mind. It's so beautiful indeed because either win or not, you more than happy to spread your advocacy for the rest of people in the world out there. It's such a noble mind. It's such a noble mind. คืออย่างนี้นะคะก็ถามคำถามเนาะที่มันเป็นคำถามที่แบบคลีเช่เนาะก็คือแบบไม่น่าถามอะแต่ก็ถามว่าเป้าหมายสำคัญเลยของคุณเมแกนเนี่ยที่มาประกวดครั้งนี้เนี่ยคืออะไรคือคุณเมแกนคุณเมแกนตอบว่าไงรู้ไหมคะคือก็คิดว่าคงจะตอบเหมือนทั่วๆไปแหละบอกอ้าวก็ต้องมงอะสิแต่คุณเมแกนไม่ใช่คุณเมแกนบอกว่าคือจะชนะหรือไม่เนี่ยไม่สำคัญหรอกนะคือมันไม่เชิงไม่สำคัญก็คือชนะมันก็ดีแต่ไม่ชนะเขาก็คือถือว่าเขา satisfy เหตุผลเพราะว่าเขาได้นำเสนอในสิ่งที่เขาเชื่อนะก็คือ advocacy ของเขานะ beauty diversity เนาะ and inclusivity เนาะคือแค่เนี้ยเขาก็แบบโอ้โหแบบชื่นใจคือเขามีความรู้สึกว่าเขา achieve แล้วคือตรงเนี้ยคือเขาต้องการ spread message นะเพื่อให้โลกอ่ะเราอยู่ดีขึ้นให้ทุกคนมีความอยู่กันด้วยความเข้าใจโลกสงบสุขเนาะสังคมดีขึ้นสังคมเจริญขึ้นรักกันมากขึ้นคือมัน positive อะมันดีคือแบบว่ามันพอฟังคำตอบของคุณเมแกนแล้วแบบโอ้โหมันสวยเลยอะมันโลกมันสวยเลยนะคือแบบผู้หญิงคนนี้จิตใจสวยเลยอะจริงๆนะคือแบบโก้แบบคุณเมแกนยังตอบไม่จบเลยโก้ยังแทบทนไม่ไหวเลยต้องปรบมือเลยเมื่อกี้โก้บอกคุณเมแกนเลยบอกโอ้โหคำตอบนี่แบบ แหมยังไม่ทันตอบจบนี่ถ้าพูดถึงเนี่ยมงได้เลยนะตอบอย่างเงี้ยจริงๆนะ so Megan, I just told a Thai fan that you got a very very beautiful mind indeed. I mean indeed. And if a lot of people saw your picture, many also questioned, okay, questioned me why you really love taking picture in bikini, because most of people just have a variety of attire to promote themselves, but you tend to have like bikini like a beach girl, so that's why I assume that you love to be close to the beach.
ใช่ค่ะ Oh, a lot of people ask that, but yeah, because I'm in Phuket, I'm always at the beach, and that's how I surf, how I go to the beach is always in a bikini because that's how I am comfortable. And people should not be afraid to wear what they want as long as it makes you feel comfortable, then go for it.
Mm. So all the fans, okay, I just read a lot of comments, okay, but all of comment positive, okay, and many comments, okay, just couldn't wait to praise you because all said that you're very smart,
Ah,
okay, and very genuine about your answer, very positive. So I pick, one here and read from Heidi Limbaga. Hi, how are you? Would love to know where you're from. And she said, I love the way you answer and all the questions. Okay, also smart. Thank you indeed, Heidi. Thank you. Uh-huh. And I would love to ask your consent, okay, fans, and tell me then. According to the interview Megan gave me today, would she qualify to get to the next round? Send me a comment. Okay, send me a comment. I already got my answer because I really love the way she converse, the way she bleeds to all the question. And again, most of the question tonight is quite hard because the way I ask her is opposite to normal the normal manner I did. So it's reversed. So she probably take quite a time. Normally other might take quite a time before utter, but Megan just take just 1 or 2 seconds and deliver such an amazing answer. Hmm. And yes, I think you qualify because fan just said you're so smart and send a heart. Okay, so okay, that's very positive reaction for all the fans. Also, and Megan, would
yeah.
you mind to to send any message to the world, and probably also um, thank you all the fans who support you around the world. Uh-huh.
Okay, สวัสดีค่ะ ทุกคน. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, for watching this live. It means a lot to me, and I would love to thank everybody who has been very supportive to me since the beginning, since I have been announced to be part of the top 100. I could never thank you enough. To my supporters, friends, and family from Bukidnon in Phuket and in other parts of the world, especially those who are in New York, like my mom, my grandma, Mami La, and Tita Sai, and of course Sir Boogie, who is making my dress for the preliminaries. If I make it, thank you so much, Sir Boogie. Uh, I can never thank enough also all the people who helped me while I was in Phuket, while I'm away from my family and my team. Thank you guys. Uh, Kun Hong for especially for my introduction video. It was amazing. I really love it. To my friends Julie, Nook, and
Right. Mm. We are
Kunka.
proud of you. We are proud of you. Anna Maria Gonzaga.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
I also proud of her as well. She's very smart, and more than that, She got a true heart. Okay, very, very, good heart indeed. And might you just review who actually your passerella trainer, or where do you going to have training?
I am actually part of a camp called KF, Kagandahang Flores. So once I am out of quarantine, I will most likely go to them and I will be trained to do pastorela by the head of KF, which is Sir Rodgel Flores. And also I have a lot of people behind me that are actually helping me. Also, Sir Carlos Saporco, he is currently in the Maldives, but we are always interacting, talking to each other almost every day. He helps me uh, with my public speaking and also virtually for the pastorela. Also, my friends like Henry from Bukidnon and Vincent from Bukidnon as well. So many people behind me. I can't mention everybody all at once. Um, I've been getting a lot of overwhelming support from Bukidnon, Phuket, anywhere, and I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much to all of you who have been there, to all of you guys who are watching also right now. I really hope I can get to thank you all one by one in person if that's possible.
Yeah, that's right. Best of luck, Godspeed. Oh wow. I love this comment. Godspeed. Okay. Thank you, Keith Anthony Cortico. Thank you for support Megan, and she's a runway model then. Right, and a lot of KF beauty queen has visit my program. So that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, that's nice. And for all the fans tonight, you got a lot of ideas, and I think you can tell deep down inside Megan Hart and Megan Mind, because she truly authentic. I can tell and I can sense, every word and she spoke just straight from her heart. Indeed, I mean, no process. I can tell. I just feel that. So please, support Megan Digal, Miss Universe Philippines 2021 candidate from Bukidnon. So after quarantine, how many days left until you being let out?
I will go out on August 31st. Today is we are 2021, so I have 10 days more.
Oh, 10 days more. Okay. So please, okay, we still can contact Megan and follow her to her IG. Okay. Here. Hang on, I'm showing here. Please support Megan at her IG. Megan Digal. At sign MEGANDIGAL. Okay. And again, Megan Digal, Miss Universe Philippines 2021 candidate from Bukidnon. Okay. And I would love to thank you all the fans tonight, worldwide, especially Thai fans and Filipino fans who so kind to make a very positive comments, and give exceptionally uplifting to my queen tonight, Megan Digal. And I wish that Megan, you're going to, going well along the way to the crown. Okay. And I wish that you will succeed every undertaking you're going to do. And probably I wish you would come back to Thailand again.
Of
Uh-huh.
course.
To travel at least, or probably to work again. Thailand love you. That's
Yes,
for
I
sure.
Thank
I'm
you.
also I love you too. You very nice and polite. Okay, for all the fans who don't know how I feel. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Megan can speak Thai and she lived in Thailand for 3 years. So she understand about the dynamic of Thai culture and Thai intonation and pronunciation. And we Thai is quite a very soft, spoken. Nature and my manner. So I mean, when Megan, speak Thai, it's so charming. I can tell you, extremely charming because it's very sweet, and very polite, and exactly right. Okay, exactly right. As the way Thais, spoken. So I'm so proud of Megan indeed, and every Filipinos and every friend out there should be proud of her as well because according to her advocacy, beauty inclusivity, beauty diversity and inclusivity, she made herself an exceptional example because why? She been in Thailand and she ready to assimilate into Thai culture and learn. Okay, and she learned a great deal of positivity, which is enhance her strength, and she brought that strength back to Philippines this time to shine on Miss Universe Philippines contest 2021. So please support her no matter what. Okay, don't don't leave her midway. Okay, and I'm going to support her along the way as well. Together with all Bukidnon population and all the fans worldwide. All right, and definitely your fans and your friend in Thailand, especially in Phuket. All right, and Filipino fans, and also UK fans. Okay, I got some message too, and mind you, Megan, to shout out to your fans, your supporter, to follow my page or my social media outlet, please.
Please, guys, follow Kunko on her Facebook page, which is KP1 Worldwide. And also, if you're on Instagram, Kunko's Instagram is Kopanasa, Kophanasaนะคะ. So, ขอบคุณมากค่ะ. Thank you so much for being here, Kunko. It's been very lovely speaking to you, and I hope I see you again soon in Thailand.
Yes, definitely. I'm ready to to embrace you with my open arm. Okay, come back. All right, come back to Thailand. Okay. Thank you for all the fans tonight. Indeed, appreciated of all your supporter to Megan Digal, and definitely for me and my program. And please, okay, any comments or any would love to see or to meet, just let me know. And I try to please you as best as I could. Okay, and see you for the next interview. Probably in the next couple of days, and it's going to be a very stunning guest. Okay, and thank you indeed for tonight. Have a good night, and don't forget to have your own dinner. All right. Bye bye. ขอบคุณนะครับ maraming maraming salamat. Okay. Gracias. Have a good night. สวัสดีครับ